Is the sell-off finally over? Will we bounce soon? What are the charts telling us? Today we'll talk about this and more. Also, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. This is iFinance, so let's get to it. First of all, a wedge appears to be forming in the hourly and daily chart. So far, Bitcoin continues to trade inside it. However, I think that we will probably break through it today, so we have to keep an eye on it. In general, the outcome of this particular wedge will tell us whether or not we're consolidating or if we're going to see further downside from here. Moving on, Bitcoin has a potential descending triangle formation, which could also be potentially bearish. However, all in all, there's no reason to panic yet because I think we are still trading inside a range. So until this is proven false, I think we are still in a simple consolidation pattern after a huge run-up. In my view, this is excellent news because it appears that the 9800 level is holding so far. This isn't just a technical level, it is actually also a psychological level. In my previous videos, we've been talking about the 9800 level as an excellent level for support. And also below that, we have this rising trend line that you can see as the purple line in my chart. So I do think that we have multiple areas of support at this point. I guess I remain optimistic about Bitcoin's prospects for a potential short-term rebound as well. However, I don't expect new all-time highs yet. What I do believe is that right now is a good buy the dip area. This is why I bought a little bit more myself on this pullback. However, I don't think that we're out of the woods either. We still need to break out of this descending wedge that we're seeing. I would love to see a breakout because once we do that, I think we will probably solidify the case for a consolidation. On the other hand, if we don't do that, I believe there is a case for new lower lows and lower highs, which as we all know is very bearish. And this would also be in line with a long-term pullback that could potentially take us down to the 8400 support area. So I do think that these days are crucial. In any case, I think that at least until July 20th, more or less, we will remain in a consolidation range. This is in line with what we have been talking about in our previous videos. If you take a step back, then I think that Bitcoin will continue to consolidate for the better part of July. This would probably be very healthy for Bitcoin and the current Bitcoin bull market. After all, this is a very much needed breather that I think after that we can resume our path towards new all-time highs. Now let's look at the daily chart as well. I do think we still see some bearishness there. So far, the daily candles remain in a solid downtrend. This week we will know whether or not we bounce and solidify the case for a consolidation month. At the time of this video, this still is unclear. I will keep posting additional charts on stock tweets, so don't forget to follow me there as well. Moving on, I want to touch on some important news. We all know Peter Brand, who is a well-known Bitcoin analyst. He was quoted saying that the recent bull market in Bitcoin will quote-unquote work itself out. He thinks that corrections of this magnitude, even up to 50%, are typical in Bitcoin. If you look back in Bitcoin's history, you will find out all kinds of 30 to 50% corrections within a bull trend. He also said a very important thing in my view. He reminded that if you can't ride Bitcoin down to zero, then you probably own too much. However, I honestly don't see Bitcoin as such an speculative investment vehicle. I do accept that Bitcoin is still a very volatile asset. However, I think that this is because Bitcoin is still in its very early stages. Still, when you look at Bitcoin's fundamentals, you can see that it has all the things necessary to go and become the world's reserve currency eventually. Then the potential upside for Bitcoin is massive from here. This is why I think people are mistaking risk with volatility. And I don't think Bitcoin is inherently risky, but I do think it is a very volatile asset. And finally, I wanted to talk about Tether and Bitcoin. As you know, there seems to be some kind of relationship between printing of Tether and the price of Bitcoin. In fact, this correlation is so strong that what it appears is that people are printing Tether and using it to buy Bitcoin. And recently, what we have been seeing is that Tether has been rising once again. So this could potentially indicate that new money is going to be flowing into Bitcoin once again as well. So I think this is just another bullish indication that people and institutions are going to keep accumulating Bitcoin. All in all, I believe this month of July will form an excellent foundation for the next leg in this new Bitcoin bull run. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I offer this for free, and that's all I ask. It really helps a lot. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.